I have a lot of anxiety about the future. I'm constantly making plans and it makes me tired. How can I stop or reduce this? It's a tiring state, definitely, to be creating a lot of plans and constantly evaluating, calculating, and assuming what might happen. There's one thing about making constructive plans, which is I would like to travel somewhere, this is the job I would like to go for, etc. But there is also not so helpful and rather tiring and uncomfortable feeling and uncomfortable planning, which is trying to control how things might go. Because there is the conviction that if you plan things out and constantly calculate and try to predict or nitpick things that might happen, it's very tiring. It's a lot of things to put on yourself. It's a lot of strain to put the mind and thinking under. So this planning, over-planning, and being anxious about the future comes out of the false conviction that you can control it, that you are able to micromanage it, that you can be in control of all of this. But no matter how you try and how many calculations you do, the life will show you that you just cannot control it. You cannot control things which happen. You can control how you respond, react, or your whole inner state when things happen or don't happen. You are in control of your inner world, but not of the outer one. Not as you would expect it. So a lot of times you will see that you make plans and things anyway go differently. Usually the plans that you make work out of you putting so much energy into them and into making sure that they work out. That is a lot of energy put into things in your life going in the way you want it. But you could pause and think about it. You are putting out so much energy and it gets you tired. You are in the constant state of trying to calculate and control. That's a very tiring and uncomfortable state. It puts a lot of weight on your shoulders and it makes it impossible for you to relax. That's why the tiredness is there. And I would say it also puts you away from many nice opportunities. Life will make sure that your plans sometimes don't work out, even if you try a lot, because they're not always meant to work out. And that can be very sad to the ego. Oh, this thing I wanted, it didn't work out. Oh, this, and then a lot of sadness, a lot of trouble comes out of unfulfilled expectations or plans or dreams. But understand that it is just the expectation which makes you sad. Things just happen spontaneously, and then out of something which doesn't work out for you, it can create so many opportunities which you are blind to because all you can see is your mind being upset about a missed expectation. But you're actually in so much better place. There's many more times where just something which can be so horrible to the ego, to the person, I think it didn't work, I didn't get the job, I didn't get these things. So many times we miss that it actually prepares us for something nicer, or it pushes the whole experience in a different path. Different opportunities come up. So why don't you let life go however it goes? Why don't you try to trust it? If you're religious, trust God. Doesn't matter what God, what religion. Trust your God. If you're not, look around. Look at the whole creation which is around you. The sun comes up in the morning, the birds are always chirping, everything just goes. Now imagine if for a week now you wouldn't do anything. If you just disappeared for a week, or just became like asleep, no planning, nothing. Anyway, things would go. Just out of your planning and high energy output, you can alter things that happen in your personal life. But overall, nothing would change. So I say you plan things, put your energy into things that matter to you, but don't let yourself overdo it. Don't subscribe to the conviction that you can control how life goes. And anxiety comes out of what if and all those what ifs mostly. Because anything can happen. The whole of your life. Even if bad things happened, good things still happen too. Don't expect anything from the future. Just expect that you will be there as you are. Just in that moment, the same as you are in this one. The same way you are listening to this talk. The same way you are breathing. Just now, look around yourself. That's how future feels. Because when you get there, it's just gonna be this. Maybe you will feel happiness. Maybe you will feel sadness. Maybe there will be more health. Maybe there will be less health. But the fundamental feeling will be the same. Even 3 years from now on, it will just be the same. The mind is never satisfied. If you're healthy now, you're attached to health. You could lose it, so you worry about the future. Because you could lose health. If you're sick now, you worry that the sickness will never stop. So you worry about the future. If you're happy, you worry about the future. If you're sad, you have no hope for the future. It's always some complaint from the mind. From the mind's perspective, there is future. But from an existential point, there is no future. Same way as you start listening to this video. It felt like now. And then the end of the video felt like the future. But now you're at the end of the video. Does this feel like future? No, it's now. There is nothing to be anxious because there is no future then. Because when you get to that future, it will just be now. And by worrying and being anxious about what else could be in that unknown future, other than what already is now, then you're missing what I'm talking about. Then you're missing the now. And that's all there is. You don't need to be anxious about anything. Even checking in within your body with your attention, you see the aliveness. Something here is keeping you alive. The one who created this creation is keeping you alive. Everything is running. Everything is working out. It might not feel that way for your personal sense, out of your plans and your attachment to them. But life is just beautiful and working out. When you drop your personal plans, expectations, and worries, and by dropping I mean just like you overlook them now, that everything is alright. And since there is no future, when you get to that quote-unquote future, it will be the same. It will be alright. Just different things will happen. The soup will get stirred around, and that's it. But that's how it always has been. It's always been like this. So there's nothing to worry about. Just understand and look into this. And it will reduce. How can you stop or reduce it? Notice the conviction that you're constantly making plans and being anxious because somewhere along the line you decided that you will carry your whole world on your shoulders. And it's a very painful and heavy state to be in. And take this as me saying that you can just drop it down. Put it on the floor, the weight. It was just your creation, so you can drop it the same way. And nothing else, like it will not change anything for the worse. The biggest change will be that you will have more energy and peace from this state. Thank you.